Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another Robinhood portfolio update. Happy Thursday. Hopefully everybody's having a GGD, a great green day in the market. You know I always wish the best for my viewers and subscribers. So for today, we're sitting at $53,799.96. We are up nearly $300, up 0.5% for today. For the 1 week mark, we are up $435, up 0.82% in the past week. We are up $2,500 in the past month, up nearly 5%. Up $4,915.51, up 10% in the past 3 months. Then we are up $3,975, up nearly 8% year to date. Then we are up $4,750, up 9.7% this past year. And then all time, we were up $18,464.07. We have a total return all time of 52.2%. And keep in mind, guys, we've been investing for about 5 years, so that's about that's about 10% a year, given that we've been investing for 5 years. Then we have a buying power of around $130. Now, my goal is, of course, when we get paid that T-Row dividend, I believe today, but I think the dividend will hit around 10 o'clock. I will be purchasing a share of Google prior to the portfolio update. So I will add Google, ticker symbol GOOG, to the portfolio before the portfolio update tomorrow. Then let's jump into the individual holdings. So Realty Income, ticker symbol O, is sitting at $53.91. Right now, we're sitting at 170 shares, $9,100 worth of market value. Average cost is $65 per share. 17% of the portfolio is in Realty Income. Today, we're up $67. Total, we're down nearly $1,900, down 17% on Realty Income. Now, guys, I'm not worried about that simply because I love Realty Income. This is my real estate exposure. This is my favorite REIT. This pays me every single month, just like a house would, like a actual physical property would pay me. I would get monthly income from the rent, and it would compound just like Realty Income. And guys, of course, I do get that monthly dividend that grows at a quicker rate, and it also gets increased multiple times a year, and it's increased for over 25 consecutive years, making it a dividend aristocrat. There's a lot to like about the stock. So at a negative return of $1,800, am I worried? No. This is a glaring buying opportunity for me personally, given that I can lower my average cost by over $10 per share. So love buying Realty Income at this price. I just want to get a share of Google to add it to the portfolio, but this is a glaring buy for me. Next, we've got CocaCola. Now, this is one of my top 3 favorite stocks. It will be one of the biggest positions in the entirety of the portfolio given time, but as of right now, it sits at 6104. We have 15 shares, a market value around $900, then an average cost of $60.54, so right about $60.50 per share. Then 1.71% of the portfolio is in Coca-Cola. Of course, that's going to be going up because this is my favorite product. This is my favorite drink. I want to own more of it. So today's return is only 15 cents. Total, I'm up $7.43. I'm up pretty much a dividend payment, guys, up 0.82% total. Now, Coca-Cola is paying a dividend on April 1st. It pays 4, 7, 10, 12. And as of right now, given the amount of shares I own, I only make $7.28. Now, that is less than the price of a 12-pack of Coca-Cola. And this is one of the reasons why I love having smaller positions, because I'm going to be able to look back on this video and say, remember when I made $7 from Coca-Cola and it didn't seem like that much? Eventually, I'm going to be making 40, 50, 60, $100 from Coca-Cola, and I will be able to be what I call dividend efficient in the stock, meaning that I will be able to buy a share of Coca-Cola every single time that it pays me. So as of right now, guys, this is going to be the 3rd biggest position behind Visa and Apple for me. So even though the dividend is small, I can't even buy a 12-pack, as I said, eventually it will compound and it will be one of the bigger payers in the portfolio. Next up, we've got Altria sitting at $43.74. Now, I have 320 shares of this SIN stock. I have around $14,000 of market value. Average cost is right around $47.30. 26% of the portfolio is in Altria. Today we're up 25 bucks. Total we're down, say 1,100, down 7%. I'm not worried about it, guys. This is one of those stocks that I could either reinvest a handsome amount in and get about 7 shares with the dividend, or I could use that cash flow to buy something else. Right now, I want to use that cash flow to buy something else. So I do have a dividend coming in of $313. Now, this is after the T. Rowe Price dividend of $124 that will be hitting the account this week as well. So it's near the end of the month when this gets paid in April. I'm not sure yet. I don't know what stock prices are going to look like, but as of right now, I want to build my realty income position and I want to build my CocaCola position if they're both down. If not, that might change. But that's what I want to do as of right and as of this recording is boost my realty income shares. But this is why I love Altria, guys. I understand why a lot of people dislike this stock. I smoked for a while. I want to get some money out of it, right? I want to get some money back because I put money into this company and this industry. So I am going to make $313.60 on April 30th. It's just going to hit my account. And as of right now, I'm planning on buying some realty income because I want to be a bigger real estate owner. But guys, that's why I own Altria, because I love that dividend. And even though it's not the highest quality business, I know a lot of people dislike it. I want it for the cash flow. I want it for the growing cash flow and the compounding of the dividend. And of course, I want it because it allows me to purchase something of a higher quality, like an Apple or a Google. That is enough to nearly buy I believe it's enough to buy a share of each. And then I might even be able to buy a share of itself as well. So eventually, it will be enough to buy both a share of Google and Apple every time it pays, which is phenomenal. Or I could reinvest it and buy 7 shares of itself. So either way, I'm going to be making more cash flow month over month with this dividend. Then we've got Apple, so it's sitting at 171.72. We've got 1 share, 171.71 is the market value because we only have 1 share. Average cost is 132.66. 0.32% of the portfolio is in Apple. Today we're down about $2. Total we're up around $39, a 29% return. Now guys, I want this stock to tank. I want this stock to go to like not 0 but 130. I want it to lose about $40 worth of market value per share so I can buy more. I want Apple to be the single biggest investment in my portfolio. The only reason that it's not is because it climbed up so high since that price. And look, I could get bitten in the ass because I didn't buy more at 170. I feel like its intrinsic value is around 140 to 150 bucks. I don't want to buy it at this price, but eventually I want to have enough cash set on the side to really pour money into this position. So Apple will be the biggest position in my portfolio. I just have to be patient and I have to give it time. Next, we've got AbbVie. Sitting at $181.45. We've got 95 shares, $17,000 worth of market value. Average cost is 95 bucks per share. 32% of the portfolio is in AbbVie. Today we're up $107. Total, we are up $8,194. Have a 90% return on AbbVie. Now, this could not have gone any better. I bought it during a merger and acquisition that was announced, and instead of buying the company being bought, I bought AbbVie, and I said together, I think the intrinsic value of the company that's being bought was around, I think it was like 120, and I said AbbVie was around 70 to 80 bucks, about where I bought it at. And together, I think they should be around 150, right? Give or take. Because they might sell off some assets, they might cut some personnel, you never know. I just assumed the value of the business would probably equal out given the synergy of the companies coming together, and it's sitting at 180. So my prediction was correct, right? I analyzed both companies. I thought that there was good synergy, and the products would work really well together, and they would help bring in more revenue for the company, and it worked. So together they were better. But that doesn't always happen. When AT&T bought DirecTV, it was a huge lag. When AT&T bought Warner Media, it had potential, but they spun it out because it wasn't their core business. So sometimes mergers and acquisitions can be a really big drag on a company if they don't stay within their circle, what Warren Buffett calls the circle of competence. Because not only as investors we can do that, but companies can do that too. So when you give your money to a company, as in when you invest in them, you want them to be smart stewards of your money. You want them to make good acquisitions, you want them to spend it wisely, and you want them to grow. You don't want them to waste it on having to spin out businesses that they shouldn't have paid so much for. So I love AbbVie. I think it's a great management. I think great management works at AbbVie. I think they are very good at reinvesting and making smart acquisitions. If that changes, I might cut the company, or if the dividend gets cut, I might, if my thesis on the company changes, I might get rid of it. But as of right now, I'm happy with the holding, and I'm just going to let it run. And a 90% return is pretty nice as well. Next, we got T. Rowe Price sitting at $121.93. Now, I've got 100 shares of this company, $12,000 worth of market value. Average cost is right around $110 per share. 22% of the portfolio is in T. Rowe Price. Today, we're up $107. Total, we're up $1,200, up 11% on this company, with a dividend coming in on, well, I think it's today or tomorrow, depending on when it hits the account, of $124. So with that dividend, I will be buying Google stock. So I love T. Rowe Price, and I think it has way more room to grow because it was at 200 and something, so 220 I think is the high. So why would I sell it at 121 with $100 of upside plus that growing dividend? I'm not going to be doing that. That'd be foolish. So I'm just going to sit, let it ride. Just like AbbVie, I think I could get probably a 50% plus return with the dividend payments as well. So I'm happy with that. Next, we've got Visa. Oh, I'll explain the ideas tab real quick. So with the ideas tab, it's just companies that are in mergers or acquisitions or buyout talks right now. I was just taking a look at like Vizio because they're getting bought out by Walmart. Discover is in talks to get bought by Capital One, and then Nordstrom's looking to be taken private. So those are just a couple of the mergers and acquisitions that I was looking into, just because I was reading recent news and I thought that looked cool. But I might not put money into it. It won't be a huge position in the portfolio because it's not necessary. It's merger and arbitrage, which I've looked into, but I need to do some more research on. Then, of course, we've got Visa, which is going to be the second biggest position in my entire portfolio, and I plan on buying that stock if it stays around this, if it stays within a viable level with the Altria dividend. I'll be purchasing it there. And then, of course, I'm going to be purchasing Google by the end of the week. Berkshire, I want to buy before the Berkshire meeting in May, so maybe with dividends, or I could add some cash once steady paychecks come in. And then Meta, I don't want to buy it until it hits like 250. So it's going to be a while before I purchase any Meta stock. But I'm happy to wait. I'm happy to be patient because I think patience pays off, especially given that golden example with AbbVie. But overall, guys, I can't complain. I got a dividend coming in tomorrow. I'm going to have, over $200 of free cash in the portfolio, and I'm going to be purchasing a share of Google by the end of the week. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button on my channel, That Dividend Guy. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another Robinhood portfolio update. Take care, guys.